Good afternoon, friends. Meteorologist Delaney Willis back with an update on our storm potential for this afternoon. So, we have a Weather Authority alert day that has been issued for the potential for dangerous storms. It is going to continue through early evening for all of us. And right here, this is a look at the SPC's outlook. You'll notice the entirety of the viewing area, barring some portions of Greenbrier, Pocahontas, and even Highland County in the marginal risk, but the rest of us are in that slight risk, or that 2 out of a 5 on the SPC's rating scale. So let's take a look at what is going on the radar right now. We have several severe thunderstorm warnings that are in place. And this is something that we look for at the end of each warning, and I'll actually show you what's going on here. At the end of each warning, they have a list. They put a list of all of the different things, whether what the hail threat is, max hail size, wind threat, etc. Or they'll, in some instances, they will say tornado potential, and the tornado is possible. And that's a tag just to let us know there could be some rotation potential or development within the cell. That tag has not been on any of these storms, which is good news. In fact, we just got another one issued for Pocahontas County right there. That one just popped up. But for the rest of us, these expire at different times. We'll look at this warning right here for portions of Floyd, Patrick, as well as Franklin and Montgomery County. This all expires at 4 o'clock this afternoon, so we have about a half hour left as these couple of cells move through, providing heavy rainfall, damaging wind gusts, as well as the potential for hail. And right now, the good news is there's no rotation, so we're not looking at any sort of tornado threat at this time, but we are going to keep a close eye on these cells just to make sure nothing spins up. So that is the one warning right here in this other half of Montgomery and into Roanoke counties. That is 345 for this line right here. And then we have another warning. This includes Botetourt, Franklin, as well as Bedford, Amherst, and Rockbridge counties. Amherst and Rockbridge just barely see the corners of those counties. But that expires at 4:45. So this is 3:45 right here, this warning, and this one 4:45. These storms are moving about 35 miles an hour, so they are not moving along at least at a significant rate. Previously, we've seen storms just a couple of weeks ago, 50 miles an hour. So they're not super fast, but they're still moving through here at a steady rate. And the good news is they're going to be out of our hair by potentially 6:30, 7 o'clock. They're just going to be out of our hair very, very quickly into the early evening hour. So this is not something that will last late evening overnight, which is good news. It will clear things out. So those are the severe thunderstorm warnings, and all of the orange that we're seeing right here. Pocahontas County, you expire at 4 o'clock. That's severe thunderstorm warning. Let's talk about the swath of red right here. All of these counties painted red are in a tornado watch that expires at 8 o'clock this evening. So you'll notice that is the majority of the state of Virginia right now, portions of West Virginia, and into North Carolina. So that is expiring at 8 o'clock, and that's basically in place because we have potential for seeing some of these storms that could have rotation in them. Well, let's actually pop on that layer right now and look at the velocity scans for these storms. Right now, I'll take the lightning layer off so we can kind of get a better look at this. We are still not seeing any significant rotation right here. This little pop-up, let's see what's going on here. It's talking about a little bit of rotation, but even still, that is very, very broad, so that's not concerning. Rest of the area, not a whole lot that we're really seeing going on, which is good news, that the rotation is significantly lacking. It's broad if there is any at all. So all of this line right here is basically straight line wind damage if there is any. This is going to be a damaging wind threat. Potentially, if we're seeing a little bit of hail, let's actually see what we're looking at for hail. And most of these cells have at least ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch of hail embedded in there. So that is something to look out for. Besides that, we are settling things down, and I'm actually going to go ahead and pull up Futurecast so we can time this out, because this is moving out very, very, very quickly. So right now, showing a few of these cells, and this model is actually projecting by 4 o'clock the most of the mess of those isolated cells to scattered is pretty well into the Lynchburg zone, and is out of here by 6. 6, 7, we're pretty much done because all of this basically just rain showers at that time once that passes through. And then we clear out overnight. So all good news here. I'll pop on that radar layer again so we can get a better look at this. Again, we have a few severe thunderstorm warnings at this time, but no tornado possible tag on any of these. We're just looking out for heavy rainfall, gusting winds, and potential for some small hail. But we're going to continue to keep you updated on air and online and keep a very, very close eye to make sure that none of these cells are rotating, but be sure and stay tuned and stay weather aware this afternoon.